So in this video, we're going to talk about how to make our first sound on the flute. So go ahead and pull out your head joint. We're not even going to worry about the body and the foot joint. So here we go. Step number one, we're going to take our pointer finger and we're going to find our chin dent. So you should be able to notice that there's a dent on your face between your chin and your bottom lip, and that is where our flute is going to live when we're making sound. So find that spot, see if you can memorize what that feels like. Excellent. Step number two, we're going to talk about exactly how to place the head joint on your face, because the placement of the head joint on your face is 100% of where our sound comes from. So this is super, 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 super important. Several pointers here. We want our bottom lip to cover up about 1/2 to 1/3 of the tone hole. So this means that the tone hole is going to be pretty much parallel with the ground. So if our flute is rolled all the way out where we see the whole hole, or all the way in where we see no hole, we're not going to get the sound we want. So see if we can think about keeping the head joint parallel with the floor, covering up 1/2 to 1/3 of that tone hole with your bottom lip. So when we put this on our face, we should be able to feel the edge of that hole with your lip. If you can't feel it, you probably need to roll in a little bit towards you. The other thing that we are going to think about is that the hole needs to be right in the middle under your nose. So if we have something off to the side like this, we're not going to get the sound we want. So see if you can feel the edge of the tone hole and make sure that it's right in the center of your lips underneath your nose. So let's practice finding that spot. So hold both ends of the head joint. Think about your chin dent spot. Practice putting it up. Can you feel the edge of the hole on your lip? If not, we probably have something like this. This is really helpful to do with a mirror so that you can see what's going on. So roll it in, make sure that you can feel the edge of it on your lip. Excellent. Next, we need to talk about a couple of really important vocabulary words related to the shape of your mouth when you play a wind instrument. So number one is embouchure, which means the overall shape of your mouth and the muscles of your mouth when you're playing the instrument. The second word that's really important is aperture, which is the hole that we actually blow air out of. So the shape of your embouchure when we play the flute should be relatively similar to the shape of your mouth when you just hold a straight face. So if you can do this with me, make a just relaxed straight face, like you're not smiling. I know it's really hard. And if you'll notice, the corners of your mouth aren't pulling back, they're not pulling up, it's just really nice and relaxed. So make that face again. And now we're going to make that face and we're going to whisper the syllable poo, like Winnie the. So straight face and then excellent. Okay, now we're going to start to put all of this together. So find your chin dent again. We're going to put the flute onto the chin dent, and then we're going to blow across with that straight face shape and that poo syllable. Awesome job. Okay, let's do a little bit of troubleshooting. If you're not getting a sound, there's several really common things that could be happening. So number one is you're not using enough air. So if you're trying your best and you're getting a sound something like this, you need to use about 10 times as much air. So take in as much breath as you possibly can, fill your lungs all the way up, and then let it all out in one go and see if you get a sound. If this still isn't working for you and you're using as much air as you possibly can, think about your air angle. Make sure you're not blowing straight across or up, because we need to make sure that some of the air is going into the flute. So you can imagine blowing at like the angle of your elbow, so blowing down a little bit, and see if that takes care of the issue. The third really common thing that can happen is that the flute is just not quite in the right spot on your face. So we can make little tiny adjustments, left and right, up and down, and rolling in and out. So if we do that smaller on your face, it would look something like this. So mess with that while you're blowing and see if you can find the spot that gets a sound. So you'll notice that when I move the head joint around, the sound varies quite a lot. So this can be really helpful to do in a mirror to make sure that the flute is in the right spot and you can sort of start to see where the right spot is and memorize what that looks like. Now let's practice finding that spot and working on some muscle memory of where the flute is going to live. So we're going to do something called head joint push-ups. We're going to put the flute down, we're going to pick it up, we're going to think about our relaxed face, our poo shape. Can you feel the edge of the hole on your lip? and give it a blow. And then we're going to take it off of our face, and we're just going to do that a bunch of times. Excellent job. Hopefully this helped you make a sound on the flute.